All right, so in this next exercise, I want to show you how to create an effect, but we're actually not going to use this effect option here, at least not right away. We are going to try to leverage the power of masks in order to make this effect. So what I want to do is look in my layers panel. We have a layer on top. Its visibility is turned off, but if I turn it on, it's a hedge. It's like a big bush. And what I want to do is make it look as though these letter forms are made out of this bush photograph and make it look as though they're growing out of the letter forms. How can we do that? Well, there's definitely some options we have here. And what I want to lean into is using the masking options. So let's see how we can do that. So first I'm going to do this. I'm going to come over to this layer here for the word hedge. And anytime you want to make a selection of the pixels in any layer, all you need to do is hold down on Command or Control if you're on a PC, and then click your layer preview, which is right here. You'll see a little hand with a dotted square next to it. So if I click on it, now it selects the pixels in this layer, which are the letter forms. But when I make this selection, remember, you don't need to use only this layer for your selection. So I could do this. I have my selection made. I'm going to come over to this, the hedge layer. I'm going to turn on the visibility. And then I'm going to come down here to the mask icon. And I'm just going to click it once. And now it will mask away everything outside the selection. And I'm left with right here. It's a mask of the hedge. Now we're close to what we wanted, but we're not quite there. And so what we need to do is we need to slowly reveal more of the hedge. We want it to actually grow out of the near the top of the letter forms. So I can select the mask here, and then I'm not going to go to the layer menu. I'm going to go here to the select menu, and there's a special interface for basically refining and doing some customizations with a mask. So I'm going to go to the select and mask workspace right here. I could also right click it and I could go to here, select and mask. Click on that and I should see a different interface. Okay. So what we're looking at is we have some new tools here and then we have a new panel here. First thing I'd like to do is change this. I don't think this is the best way of viewing what you're doing on here. So instead, you can do something like this, onion skin. So onion skin allows you to see the layer below. So while I'm working, what I can do is I can kind of see, as I work on it. You could do on black, which will drop the darkness on it, or you could do on white. So I would use one of these, onion skin, on black, and on white, so that we can see a little bit of the layer below it, okay, but what we're doing to the hedge is in focus. Remember, you can change opacity here. The next thing we want to do is come down here, okay, refine mode. We're doing object aware right now. We're not doing color aware. One thing we can play around with is what's called edge detection. So if we turn this on, watch what happens. It tries to detect a granular edge around this mask. We'll come back to this, but for now, just look, it's trying to actually just use some automation to try to work with this. We could also move this, which is called the contrast. So the contrast of the edge can be more distinct. Okay, the feathering will actually make it a little more dispersed, so we don't want to push that too much. And the smoothness actually, like, this will make everything super refined, and so we actually want to keep smoothness down. This one is called shift edge, so when we do that, we actually increase the radius of the mask. So look at this. Without even using any brushes, I've increased contrast, I've increased the shift edge, and I've turned on the edge detection. And now the letter forms, like, they look a little bit more natural. They look as though, we're actually like seeing the real texture of the bush coming through. But we want to further refine this using some of the tools over here on the side. So if I come over here, okay, this is the tool we really want to work with. It's called our brush tool. So if I take this tool and I'm using the add portion here, I can start to add some more of these bush leaves so that it looks like they are coming out of the letter forms. So what I like to do is I like to actually push it pretty far. So I'm going to, especially on the top edge of these letter forms, I try to push out some of these leaves. And then I choose the minus mode. And then I come back and I further refine this so that it has, yeah, more of a look that looks like it's actually in alignment with the bush photograph. Okay, so it's not, I don't want it to look too choppy. Now a shortcut is if we're using this, if we hold down on the Alt key, we can actually switch back and forth between those. So I'm holding down Alt to add to this, and then I'll release and I'm back to subtract. So now I can come in here and really start to refine this. Hold down on Alt again to reveal, release it to refine. All right, so at this point, you need to just take a little bit of time just to get familiar with this and just make it look convincing. Don't rush through it. Give yourself time to figure out how you could actually work like an illustrator and make this look a little bit more realistic. So like right here, you can kind of see it really does look like this leaf kind of jumps out here, and make these letter forms really look as though they're growing out from the wood. Take some time to do that, and I'll see you in just a bit. All right, so here I am, and I've taken the time to add and subtract some of the bush texture to make it look like it's coming out. And I really bit into this at certain parts where some of the time I actually got rid of some more of the letter form that even the standard type behind it is still revealing. So I'm seeing white in here. And that's okay because I can actually come back later and I can make that white disappear. So you can see here, you can really push this. But what I do want is I don't want any of my edges to look too artificial. So I pushed that as far as I could. There are times though when legibility becomes a concern, so you want to make sure, again, since we're using letter forms, make it look like you can really actually read the letter forms. All right, so I'm going to end it there. You need to make sure you work on this enough to where you get it to a stage that you're content with before moving to this next phase. So once I'm there, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to the output settings. So output. So what do I want to do with this? Well, eventually, okay, I don't want to keep this as a selection. I want to have this just be my new layer mask. Okay. And the other safe option is you can say, basically duplicate the layer, okay, with a layer mask. But for now, layer mask is going to be fine. So I'm going to choose output to a layer mask. I'll click OK. And now I go back to the original settings that I had before. Now, this is where I can kind of play around with some things. So first thing I can do is just turn off the visibility of the hedge text just to see how that looks without any of that white. And indeed, I think it looks pretty good. So I'm going to just assume that I don't need that anymore. And now with not the mask selected, but the actual layer pixel selected here, you want to make sure you know the difference between the two. This is where I can add just a quick effect. So something like a drop shadow to really make it look like this hedge is growing out of the wood and is actually embedded in there. And I might want to actually come back and use this again, but for now I'm just going to choose this. Go to effects, go to blending options, and let's try a drop shadow. Okay, so the drop shadow does make it look like, okay, the hedge does come out. I'm going to change a little bit of the settings with the distance and the opacity. So remember, I like to use 2 different drop shadows to really get that effect. So this distance is much shorter and not too extreme with the opacity on that. And I do want to match, okay, the lighting that I can see in the photo, which is mainly, okay, from the top upper part. All right, so I like that. I got two drop shadows, okay, one that's small and one that's a little bit large in terms of distance and size, but the opacity is lower. Okay, gives it like a photographic look to it. I'll click OK. Then I can turn on this one. Remember we have the just the letter forms themselves. I could play around with this too, so I'm going to select it, go to blending options, and let's play around. Okay, what if we did a different fill color? So I'll do color overlay, and instead I'll choose something from a little bit of this dark region here. Probably darkish gray would be best. And that way you can like still see a little bit of the letter forms in there, but now they're dark. So that helped out to make it a little more legible. Then I could do something like this. I could do like an inner shadow within that. Might be hard to read, but since it's there, it's now kind of layering into this. So now it looks like there's some depth, especially on these edges that are a little bit harder to detect. All right, so if I zoom out, I think this is coming along pretty well. All right, so the last part of this is this part on the bottom, hedge your text. Your goal is I want you to make this look like it's embedded within the wood. So go ahead, take some time, think about what we've been doing in terms of the layer styles and this, the fill opacity. So a little hint, remember we can add something like an inner glow, and then if we come back to the blending options and we drop the fill opacity, look, we already have the look as though those letter forms are within the background behind it. Okay, so that's probably your first step. And then I want you to play around with some of the other options to make it look like this text is embedded within the wood. All right, that's all for now, and looking forward to seeing what you guys create.